Hello everyone and welcome back to Sane Minds. You know, Trump's presidency seems like it has had a lot of successes so far, and I know that might be hard to believe, especially if you watch the mainstream media and you hear what they have to say about Trump. It's always against him. It's never with him. It's them rooting against his cause, even if his cause is supposed to be their cause. Unless, of course, you don't care what happens to America. You know, I quickly Googled why Trump might not win with China after this historic deal that has just happened with China and the United States. This is something that people would have thought not possible before Trump. But very quickly, you know, this is one of the articles. Donald Trump is wrong. China is not Mexico, saying that Trump's hard stance with Mexico and Canada, which resulted in just a couple days ago, the President of the United States and Canada and Mexico all citing a new agreement, trade agreement between them, getting rid of NAFTA, which helped to benefit the United States more than NAFTA ever did. And even with the President of Mexico saying that it was a win-win-win. You know, everybody's winning in this situation here. And people on the left want to say that somehow that's a bad thing. That Trump would push our allies into the hands of our enemies and competitors with his strongman stance. But guess what? That is what people in the world respect on the world stage. They don't respect a soft-spoken Justin Trudeau. That's not happening, I'm sorry. Many of these people's cultures and the countries that they reside in respect authority. So that's what you have to project, especially when you are the biggest dog in the room. You know, we are the heavyweights, not China. At least not compared to us. The United States of America. You know, another article here. Trump is winning his trade war with China. Here's why that might not last. Of course, that they have to try and say that it won't last, it's not real, just like what they said of North Korea's Kim Jong-un. And he's sitting here saying that his faith in Trump is unchanged, that he's committed to denuclearizing the Korean Peninsula during the president's first term. And remember what people said with that Trump would start World War III. And then with China, oh no, World War III. When in reality, Trump's done this his whole adult life. He's, made these hard deals. Deals that people probably thought he couldn't do. But because he's willing to walk away from the table at any moment, when he knows that the ball's in his court, that's what makes it work. Another article right here, why America would lose a trade war with China. Saying that China has the economy robustness to, China's economy is still growing at such a faster rate than ours is, that somehow they'd be the ones to win the trade war. When if you quickly look at the actual numbers of these imports, you see that the United States has many times more imports versus China's. And that China has already almost put tariffs on the entire 130 billion of their total goods imported, while the United States has only put on roughly half of the over 500 billion total import of goods that we bring in from China. So who has the upper hand here? Someone who's almost already expended every ace up their sleeve, or the ones who have some in reserve? I would say that we would win. It's clear that we have the upper hand. That is why Trump has went ahead and made this agreement with the president of China. That's why the president of China has agreed to make this with Trump, because he knows the position that he's in. His country is the one doling out the products, China's. Our country is the one buying the product. We're the consumer in the end. And yes, can the people who make your products screw you over? Absolutely. But what happens when you have other options? When you have other people competing, the competitor, or the person providing the product, they know they have competition. They're going to eventually bend the knee if the pressure's hard enough and long enough. With Obama or Bush or Clinton, that never was the case. They didn't stick their neck out to do this. Trump doesn't care if he's getting paid. I mean, he only takes in a symbolic $1 and gives the rest away to charity. You know, he doesn't care that he's lost, you know, $300 million or more dollars in his value, his net worth, since he's become president because of people boycotting his products and, you know, his hotels. I'm sure that, you know, when you alienate almost half the people in a country, that's not a very smart business move, is it? But he's doing it because it's the right move for America. That's a selflessness that I don't think that I've ever seen a president in my lifetime, you know, commit to. Because he's winning. Even if people on the left want to try and somehow make it a negative. How, you know, in the end, I think most people that are sane on the left, that it may be just misguided, they'll understand and they'll see it for what it really is. Obama could never have done anything like this. He would have said, you can't do anything like this. And watch him. So what's really happened in the tariff meeting here? Well, Trump agreed to not boost tariffs on $200 billion of Chinese goods from 10 to 25%. Under the condition that China fulfills their agreement of getting more products imported from us to them in the 90 days that they're allowing for talks. If that doesn't happen, Trump will impose those 25% tariffs. Now, this is the carrot and the stick. This is what Teddy Roosevelt used to always talk about. That you need to speak softly, but carry a big stick. You know, you want to be able to dangle the carrot, the goods, in front of them, give them a prize. But when they step out of line, you have that stick right behind you, and you can hit them with it. That's what Trump's doing. That for some reason, almost every president until him now, at least in living memory, has been afraid to do such a thing. So, I think it's great. I know that people on the left are going to somehow find a negative with it, because they always do. There's always a negative to Trump, you know, just like these things. Why America would lose, why, you know, it's great that he won with Canada and Mexico, but China's not Mexico. I mean, no duh. That's obvious that's not Mexico. Does that mean that similar tactics won't work, though? I mean, are they aliens or something like that? They speak a whole different type of, they don't even speak in the way we do. I mean, that's just insane. But all right, everybody, I appreciate you watching. You know, if you guys would like some more content, new content, just go ahead and like and subscribe. Maybe comment down below. I try and get to everybody's comments. I know recently I had a big debate with many people, which was really refreshing, on my last video, which had the most views that I've had on any of my videos by almost double.